Greetings. Welcome back to my channel, Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review. My name is Dave. My call sign is N8DAV, and the motto for my channel is one test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. Today, I'm doing a antenna test, an HT antenna test, on this very strange Chinese antenna. I don't know how to pronounce the name of it, but I will spell it for you. Anyway, it's got two different loading coils here and here, and who knows? I have no idea. I've never seen this antenna before, and I don't know anything about it, but it was 2 for $10, so cheap at any price. So let's see how they perform. When I come back, I will give you a little more detail. Okay, be right back. All right, you saw the antenna. Here's the packaging it comes in. It's very generic, no writing on it, cheap feel, cheap everything. So what about this antenna? Let me stick that over there. Everything's falling today. All right. So, oh, sorry, I kicked the camera. All right. So once again, I don't know how to pronounce the name of this. It's spelled DSCEUJIK. It is a dual band whip antenna. It has two loading coils to it. You can see the two little loading coils on there. It's 15 inches exactly long. It is a rubberized whip, and it has a SMA female antenna on the end. It is specified as being a 50 ohm impedance. They don't specify anything else about the antenna. No gain, not resonant on anything, no SWR, no nothing. All right. So there's not much else I can say about it, except that I paid, I believe it was 2 for $9.99. So, yes, 2 for $9.99. And like I said, there's nothing else that I could find out about this antenna. So let's get to doing some testing, and we'll see some results. Hopefully they're good. Maybe they won't be. Who knows? One test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. I'll be right back. All right. It's been so long since I've done an antenna test. My gosh. I've been recovering with my knee surgery, and boy, I'll tell you, I feel like I haven't ever done this before, and this is my first time. So anyway, yes, we are testing this Chinese antenna with name I cannot pronounce. And we are, as you already know, I always test my antenna test bed first using a stuffed signal stick, and make sure I get a SWR of about 1.1 to 1 or less. And so just to make sure that I've got a good SWR. And I do. So I'm testing this cheap Chinese dual band antenna. First thing we're going to do is test it on the 2 meter band. And it's going to be the 2 meter calling frequency. All right, here we go. Testing on the 2 meter frequency. You get an SWR of 1.42. Next, we're testing this cheap Chinese antenna that I can't pronounce the name with on the 70 centimeter band. An SWR of 2.92. Next up, we are testing this Chinese antenna that I can't pronounce the name of on the GMRS channel 16. And we got an SWR of 2.37. All right, next up, I promised you guys that I would start testing some of these antennas on the MERS channel. So we're going to test this on MERS channel 3. If we got a really bad SWR here, I'm not going to test it on the NanoVNA. So let's see what we get. Oh, we got a good SWR, 1.45. All right, I've connected my NanoVNA to my antenna test bed, and it keeps going out of focus here. I don't know why. Anyway, when I turn it on, we're going to default to the 2 meter band. So let's see how it looks. And we have an SWR of 1.624. All right, next up, we're going to do the 70 centimeter band test. All right, and normally we do this at 446, which is the calling frequency. All right, and we have an SWR of 3.382. All right, up next we are going to test on GMRS channel 16. All right. Oops. All right, and we get an SWR of 3. Oh, I thought I stopped it. Of 3.057. And last but not least, we are going to do our last test on MERS channel 3. All right, we get an SWR of 2.436. All right, next up, we're doing the field strength test for this Chinese antenna that I can't pronounce the name of. First, we're going to do the 2-meter band, then the 70-centimeter band, then the GMRS band, then the MERS band. And as you know, I always use the same radio with a 100% charged battery at the same prescribed distance. So the only difference here will be the antenna. So I will show you what we're doing. I'll get the results at the end of the video and discuss them with you at that point. So first, the 2-meter band. Next up, we are doing the 70-centimeter band on this Chinese antenna that I can't pronounce the name of. Next up, channel 16 of the GMRS band. And last but not least, we're doing this on MERS channel 3. If you like my content, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate it. And if you want to see more of my content, please click on the bell icon so you can get notifications of everything that I release. I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much for your consideration. All right. I'm back out at my favorite park. That's this Fox Glen Park out in Flagstaff, Arizona. It's exactly 2.6 to 2.7 miles from my shack. Between me and my shack, we've got some obstructions, got plenty of trees, a house or two, an outbuilding, and a hill. And there's also a freeway, not a freeway overpass, a road overpass that kind of half blocks the signal between there and here. And it's definitely a struggle for most antennas to get to my shack and back. So I'm going to be doing the test today. In case you want to look at what I've got here, this is my radio, and here are the coil number 1, coil number 2. Very interesting design. It's very flexible, not really happy with it, but you know, it's not my decision. All right. So what I normally do, of course, is I do this test and I determine by how I get the feedback from my repeater at my shack, how well this actually does. Now, if I get very little to no static, I consider that an excellent test. If I get some static, but still really great modulation, I consider that a good test. If I get a lot of static, but the modulation is still understandable, I consider that a fair test. And if I get a lot of static, or I can't understand the modulation, or if I can either not get into the repeater or not hold it open after I do, then I consider that a failing test. All right. So let's go ahead and test this right now, and let's see. And by the way, I'm going to also read from the S meter on the radio, and I'll tell you what that is when I finish doing this. Finish doing this test. All right. All right. Here we go. This is N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a modulation and static test.
This is N8DAV testing 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a modulation and static test.
All right. So the S meter came back at a 7, between a 7, 7.25. It varied between those two, mostly around a 7. and I got a certain amount of static. So I'm going to call this a good test, and we're just going to leave it at that. So that's how this test goes. And next time you see me, I'll be back in my shack, and we will round up all the test results, and I'll give you my opinion, which doesn't mean a damn thing to anybody. All right. Okay. Thanks a lot. Be right back. All right. I'm back in the shack, man. All right. So, what did we learn today about this antenna, this Chinese antenna that I can't pronounce the name of it, and it's got two loading coils? Well, first of all, I'm going to say, for my opinion, which is absolutely meaningless, I'm not really sure I like the quality of this antenna. If you buy one of these, or actually two of them, since they're two for $10, you'll see for yourself. It's just not very good, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but look and feel just not that great. However, you want to know how it performed, because that's what I'm sure most of us are really concerned with. And one test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. So let's get to it. SWR on the 2-meter band was 1.42 on my power SWR meter, which is actually really good, especially for an antenna where most of the antennas in the same categories are tuned more towards the 70 centimeter band. This one's obviously tuned more towards the 2-meter band. And that's backed up by the MERS test, which was 1.45 SWR. Now, for the 70 centimeter SWR, we got 2.92, and GMRS, we got 2.37 for the power SWR meter. And then on the NanoVNA, we got 3.382 and 3.057 consecutively. So, the NanoVNA results kind of back up the power SWR. I know they're not really super close, except for the 2-meter. But I got to tell you, when SWR is good on 2-meter, on the power SWR meter, and it's good on the NanoVNA, then guess what? That backs it up. And then if it's not so good on the 70 centimeter or GMRS, and the NanoVNA backs it up, hey, it says that the readings are probably correct. All right. So here's what I say about that. Obviously, this antenna has been tuned for the 2-meter band, because the SWR is definitely much better down at the 2-meter band than it is up in the 70 centimeter and GMRS band. Okay. All right. So how did our field strength test go? Well, comparatively speaking to our other radios, 2-meter was actually fair. Good, actually. I'm sorry. It was good. Where the 70 centimeter and the GMRS were just fair. And then back on MERS channel, it was good. Not excellent, but good. All right. So it kind of backs up what our SWR readings are. And don't forget, we're just getting these SWR readings to compare against other radios and against other antennas. I don't state that these SWR readings are absolutely perfect and accurate, because I don't have laboratory quality equipment here. There's absolutely no way. And my test methodology may not be the best in the world. However, it's consistent. So consistently, we can compare these results to all the other results and know that we're doing a good job comparison. All right, so that's what this is all about. What do I think of this antenna? Well, I wouldn't buy one for myself. Of course, I did, obviously, because I tested it, but I won't be keeping it. It looks cool, but the quality just, it's yuck. And of course, we've had better performing antennas, but of course they cost more too. So for the price, kind of hard to beat, but the performance, it's fair to good, and I can't knock it, because in the 2-meter band it's good, and up in the 70 centimeter band, fair to good. All right, so that's my opinion. It's kind of meaningless, but you're going to do what you want to do anyway. One test is worth 1,000 expert opinions. And this is Dave with Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you like my content, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already done so. And click on that bell icon so you'll get notified of any new videos that come out. I would really appreciate that. Thank you very much. Again, this is Dave with Ham Radio GMRS Test and Review saying 73. So long.